question, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like Kung Fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, but I just want it. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. It's my dream. Myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Oh baby, if you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. And when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. You're my dream, but I just want it. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. It's my dream. Myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. But I just want it.
Deep inside, I knew from the start, you my bunny, I'm your Clark. From now to eternity, I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. The others don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever's the weather, day up and out with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try? Want you to notice the one and I know this perfect soulmate. I wanna show it my best friend. She saved my life, my happy end in hard times.
Oh baby, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. But I just want it. Can't get to myself, can't get to myself, can't get to myself, to myself, can't get to myself, can't get to myself, can't get to myself. But I just want it. Can't get to myself, can't get to myself, can't get to myself.
can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd follow you before the memory's gone. I remember you. You left my spirit with you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd follow you before the memory's gone. I remember you. You left my spirit with you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you. I remember you. I remember you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wake Up Waldwick Live. We are officially in the mix, episode 6. Times are crazy, and there's no schedule. There's no knowing of time, the uncertainty. But if you want to just relax for a bit, you've come to the right place. Wake Up Waldwick, the one place for all your Waldwick news and education. And entertainment, I'm sorry. Tonight, we have a mighty lot of news to unpack and some mighty fine segments in tonight's episode. We're filled to the brim with a lot of questions. We're going to answer what is Dr. Ling up to? What are Jacob Post's top 3 favorite Star Wars movies? And is Mr. Carroll a chocolate demon? So, if you're excited for that, pop a squat and pop a hot pocket in the microwave, maybe, and let's sit back, get into it. We're also going to have a Kahoot tonight, so get ready for that. All right. Before we begin, just a couple big old business items to go over. Chat is ready to be talked in, as you already are. So talk up a conversation with your friends you haven't seen in months. Ask me some questions, send some suggestions my way, and I'll make sure to read that when I get a chance to. Also, follow Warrior Broadcast Center on Twitter and Instagram. For Twitter at WarriorBC1 and for Instagram at Warrior Broadcast Center. So that's that. You already know the scoop with that. I won't press you too hard. All right. So here onto the news. We've got a lot, so sit tight. For starters, we got some crushing news on Monday. Some of us expected it, some of us did not, but for all of us, it hurt to hear it and see it in words. Our schools were closed for the remainder of the year. Virtual schooling will continue on. And that, frankly, stinks. Spring sports were canceled. It stinks. It's just the worst, the absolute worst. Except, it's not. The way I see it, you could look at this situation in a number of ways. You could pout, which I wouldn't blame you, or you could shake it off, especially seniors. This stinks. But when you go around and say, yeah, I graduated in 2020, people will be like, whoa, you graduated in 2020. Yeah, I graduated in 2020. And this year is going to be historically horrible. But we'll know that we lived through this. We lived through this strong and we got through it. So, hashtag be the light. What was that hashtag? What was that? Hashtag be the light is a reminder for our seniors to be the light, to shine. And at 8:20 or 2020 on every Friday night, we're gonna shine the turf lights at the school, which happened last Friday, which was really nice. And we're also any senior household is going to light their outdoor lights, so everybody knows that a senior lives there. So make sure to do that tonight. All right, enough with that old business items. We already know school is closed. It stinks, but we gotta get some happiness, get some positivity in here. So with virtual schooling continuing on, that means teachers are going to have to keep up their hard work adjusting. I don't want to speak for my fellow high schoolers, but the shift to virtual schooling was really not that terrible, and that's all thanks. All that thanks is due to the hardworking teachers and faculty here at WHS. And you may be thinking, Brendan, why are you thanking your teachers? That's so weird. That's such a weird thing to do. Well, it is Teacher Appreciation Week, the 1 week you're allowed to appreciate your teachers. So, for Teacher Appreciation Week, the student council tried to do something nice. Students sent emails to some of their teachers. Um, Students send some emails to the teachers telling them how much they appreciate them, little stories, little things. The goal was to flood their inboxes. I'm not sure how well we did with that, but we tried, and hopefully everybody heard all the teachers that worked so hard in this school got to hear something nice. So that was fun. Additionally, throughout the week, a few students sent in their favorite things about their Waldwick High School teachers, and that was pretty cool. Let's hear what they have to say. Short video.
I appreciate and love my Waldwick High School teachers because they make an effort to know us, the students, on a personal level.
I like my teachers because they care for me and they say hi to me at the hallways.
I'm grateful that all the teachers in Waldwick are so eager to help me.
What I love about Waldwick High School teachers is that they genuinely care about maintaining the relationships that they make with their students.
Just want to say thanks for everything, especially for all your extra help.
My favorite thing about the teachers at Waldwick is just how incredibly nice they are. They're always checking in on you, making sure you're doing all right, and it's very nice.
What I love the most about Waldwick High School teachers is that they're super caring and they're selfless. They're willing to take time out of their own day during their lunch periods or any other time that they have to help students understand what they may not understand.
Thank you for all the help you've given us, especially through these hard times.
I'd say that teachers in Waldwick are always eager to learn about their students. They're eager to connect with them.
Teachers at Waldwick High School are good at helping students when they don't understand something, and they're also always there when the students need them.
Thank you for that. Everyone who participated, thank you. While there weren't many, I think that was a good sampling of how much the students here at Waldwick High School appreciate our teachers. They rock. They're awesome. And not just the teachers, but Mr. Carroll. Mr. Carroll has led us through this charge, these uncertain times, and he's doing a great job, and we really appreciate him. So that's that. Now, besides, Mr. Carroll always makes it known. He also always makes it known, along with all our other teachers, that they are outlets for us to talk to them because these are crazy times, a lot going through our heads. So they always let us know that we can talk to them. And that brings me to my next reminder. May is Mental Health Month. Locked up inside for months, not the best for our mental health. So make sure you're getting outside and just keeping your brain stimulated. Just know, like I said, there are outlets, people who understand that these are tough times. Your guidance counselors are open, Miss Husted is open, and your teachers are too. And if that seems awkward for you, reach out to a friend, talk to them. And if you're close with me, or even if you're not close with me, reach out to me. I'm a pretty good listener. And that's just make sure that to reach out. All right. On to other news. Now, getting away from Teacher Appreciation Week, which is the theme of tonight's episode, and away from Mental Health Month, there are a couple of other holidays that went down this week that you may not have realized because we have absolutely no sense of time. Yep, that's right. Monday was May the 4th. Now, I left Brandon Sendick's lightsabers I borrowed from him in my locker, so I could not duel with myself in the mirror. But I did enjoy Star Wars Day by watching Revenge of the Sith, and then remembering how horrible the prequels were, so I started watching Clone Wars. But I did enjoy my day, and I hope all the other Star Wars fans enjoyed it as well. Let's go see what the infamous Jacob Post had to say about that. I have no relation to him, but let's see what he had to say.
Hey, wake up Waldwick. It is May the 4th, National Star Wars Day. I have my Yoda t-shirt on in honor, and I'm going to give you my top 3 movies, Star Wars movies of all time. So from the originals, it's got to be New Hope, in my opinion. It's the best because of how it starts in the storyline and how it just builds up into how you want to, it draws you in to watch the other movies. And I love how it tells you how C-3PO and R2 were given to Luke and how he bought them and etc. It's a great movie. And the prequel, my favorite is Empire Strikes Back. I love how you see the adult version of Anakin before he becomes Darth Vader, and that's how in that movie is the story of how he becomes Darth Vader, which is really, 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 really awesome. And then my other favorite is Rogue One, and that's the story about how the Death Star plans got into the hands of Princess Leia. And I love the story on that one, and how the characters are introduced and how the characters are built up in the movie and how they become basically like war heroes, which I really love. In honor of May the 4th, happy Star Wars Day, everyone, and stay safe.
Very cool, Jacob. I'm going to have to disagree with you on some points. I got to say that Empire Strikes Back is my favorite of the originals. And I know you meant to say Revenge of the Sith. He did not mean to say Empire Strikes Back. He meant to say Revenge of the Sith, and that is my favorite prequel as well. And probably one of my favorite movies, even though it's not a great film itself. It's just what's in there is great. And Rogue One is also great. So thank you, Jacob, reminding us that Star Wars Day was Monday, if you didn't realize. And then on Tuesday, the next day, was Cinco de Mayo. And you might just realize in that sentence, Tuesday was Cinco de Mayo. That means that it was Taco Tuesday on Cinco de Mayo. Oh my, I didn't realize. I'm upset. I did eat a taco by accident. I didn't even realize that it was Taco Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo. But I hope you got your salsa on and had some fun with that. I lost Miss Orlak on Revenge of the Sith. I don't know. It's a terrible movie. I just like the I don't know. I like it. It's not my favorite Star Wars movie. It's just I like it. All right. Very cool. And now speaking of Star Wars, speaking of Jedi, why don't we see how our probably force wielding AP Physics teacher and honors physics teacher and computer science teacher, retired IBM and Watson researcher and graduate of Harvard University is doing. Yeah, I'm talking about Dr. Ling. The wonderful Lily Nappy is on the case with her probably not confirmed yet former Jedi physics teacher, and she's going to see how he's doing. Over to you, Lily.
Thank you, Dr. Ling, for coming on.
I'm happy to have a chance to talk with you.
You've been to quite a number of Major League Baseball games. How many have you been to? What's your favorite team? What do you root for?
4 years ago, summer of 2016, two of my children and I went on a deliberate baseball stadium tour. I think we hit 10 stadiums, 12 stadiums in about 14 days. And that was a lot of fun. Figured out that I have seen all but about 6 of the current Major League Baseball stadiums.
Wow.
And you asked me about teams. That's kind of a complicated story because I've moved around a lot. And So at various times, I have been a Kansas City Athletics fan, but they were so bad, I convinced myself I should be a St. Louis Cardinals fan.
They're the new world champions.
Became a Royals fan, and I still kind of am a Kansas City Royals fan.
2015 world champions.
By nature, I'm more of a Mets fan than a Yankees fan. But the 1990s version with Jeter and the young kids, it was hard to dislike that.
Is it something on your bucket list to visit all of the stadiums?
Oh, absolutely. And the ones that I haven't seen, so it's basically California for 3, and then that southern tier from Texas to Florida. So if I can make a trip that way, I can pick up the last of them.
I think the last time we kind of met like this was through a Google chat. And I remember your dogs made a little appearance. They're very excited, barking a lot. Can you tell us about your dogs? I know we got a lot of dog lovers.
So my wife and I have one dog who is a Gordon setter named Sadie. She is 11 years old. Right now, that's the only dog we have.
I've always wanted a dog myself, but my parents are allergic. So I'm hoping to get one when I'm older. Suppose Sadie has been keeping you company. Is there anything else that you've been doing to keep positive during these times?
I think I'm the kind of person where I need to have a purpose. I'm not really good at just sitting around and not doing anything. Not that I'm not lazy, but I just mentally, I just feel better if I've got a goal that I'm working towards. So actually, putting together the lessons, making the videos, interacting with folks in Google Meets, that really helps a lot to keep me positive.
I know you've been very vocal on your Twitter. Why do you choose to be vocal about these issues?
I'm not an epidemiologist, I'm not an expert, but I am a scientist. And when I see things in the news or on Twitter that are scientifically wrong or scientifically ignorant, I kind of feel that I have an obligation to straighten that out, or at least weigh in on how science has, or what science has to say about this situation we're going through.
I mean, I know that people from our school or other people that see your posts appreciate what you're doing. And I know that we're not physically in the classroom anymore, but I did notice that you had a number of patents up on your wall. What were they for, and why did you make them?
The area that I worked in for most of my career at IBM was what's called design automation, and it's related to the automatic design of microchips, computer processors, computer memory chips. The people who do the design run into a lot of design problems that are essentially either physics or engineering problems that they need to be solved. They're very complex. What my work had all been about is figuring out how to solve their problems and capture the solution in a piece of software that they could run as an application that would either fix or improve their computer microchip design. So mainly I was just doing my work, and then I would recognize, well, nobody else has done this way before. So I should write a patent application and we'll see what happens. And 2 of them came through, so yeah.
What made you want to teach after retiring from a successful career?
Early in my career, I wanted to be a college professor. The Soviet Union, the Russians, launched a satellite in 1957, the first man-made satellite. And it spooked us so badly as a country that we began churning out physicists and engineers and mathematicians in large numbers in the early 60s. And those are the people that made up the university faculty. And when I retired from IBM, I realized that I still wanted to teach, and I could do it at the high school level.
That is great. Glad that you, although you are fortunate for your experience at IBM, that you did get to do what you've always wanted to do. Both. Win-win. In honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, I thank you, and I know a lot of my other classmates thank you and appreciate what you do. You're a great teacher, and you always try to come to all of our games. And I know this season has been unfortunate, but we do appreciate that and we thank you.
I'm looking forward to the day we are all back in the classroom together again, and I can come to the volleyball and basketball and baseball and softball games, etc. So thank you for inviting me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Lily always manages. This is what we planned. Lily slaps it down and goes higher. Lily, that is how we make an interview. That was awesome. So thank you, Lily. If you were wondering what the delay was to start this episode, it was getting that masterpiece in here. So I think that was awesome. Thank you, Lily, and thank you, Dr. Ling. Dr. Ling, glad to hear that you choose Mets over Yanks. That's a relief. Not a big fan of the Kansas City thing. That night, or those 5 nights, had me in tears. So, yep. But Dr. Ling, that was awesome. We had to get an interview with him. And he's one of those teachers that always checks in on his students, makes sure that we know his students. We know that he's there, which we definitely appreciate that. And students, future students, take advantage of that. The man gives out life lessons like they're baseball cards. And I think I've collected quite a few. So thank you for that, Dr. Ling. Yeah, I went through my baseball card collection and I found quite a few gems. So I just want to show that to everybody. All right. But yeah, that was quite the interview. I hope that you were taking notes. Why? Why do I hope you're taking notes? Because there's a Kahoot. There's a Kahoot on this. There's a pop quiz. Let's see how well you know Dr. Ling. Let's see how well you know Melts, all your teachers, all your WHS teachers. So we're going to start that right up now. The Kahoot code is 4723095. Get on there. Yeah, a lot of fun. You can get on your phone if you're watching on your computer, or vice versa. You can get on your computer or your phone. Just type that link, or just kahoot.it, and get in there, and we'll race to the top. Okay. Yeah, so there's a, we gave you a good amount of time to answer, but please try and answer as fast as you can. Don't answer so fast that you don't get it right, but there's a good amount of time that you have, but try and do it relatively quick, because it's a good amount of time that we gave you. But that is more so for the delay from the stream to what I'm seeing to what you're seeing. But right now we're watching the same thing. So this should be fun. 25 so far. We'll wait about a minute more. Hopefully, I think it's probably most of what we're gonna get, but we'll see. Let's see how. Oh, we got 2 more. I spoke too soon. This should be fun. Let's see how well you know WHS teachers. These are some crazy facts. I really doubt anybody has much of an advantage, except the teachers if you're the one in the question. Some, maybe your teacher told you about this, maybe a story or something. But yeah, these are tricky. So this should be fun. I think we're about ready to start. Let's start it. Alrighty. All right, question number 1. What is the name of one of Miss Larson's dogs? Lassie, Fred, Scooby, or Marley? Which one is it? Let's get those answers in. I can't hear the music. I'm just pretending I do. So I'm improvising, you know? All right. And the answer is Scooby. 10 of you got that right. Let's step that up. Some of these questions are from Melts. Some of them I created. A lot of them Warrior Broadcast Center created. And a lot of them were actually from Mr. Freeman, who recycled it from the Echo a couple years ago. So, on to question 2. Elated Condor is in first. What is one of Senora Monell's favorite singers? Or who is one? Ricky Martin, Shakira, Bad Bunny, or Pitbull? Let's see. Might need some process of elimination. All of Senora's students know this. I knew this. It's pretty easy. It is Ricky Martin. 22 of you got that right. 9 of you did not, but that's okay. I think we lost some guys. I don't know where. But that's okay. Nice job, everybody who got that right. Elated Condor stays in first. Nice job. Snowy Owl takes second. Very, very cool. All right. On to the next. Question number 3. Which is not true about Dr. Ling? You should have been listening. These are all from the interview. He worked at IBM for 25 years. He graduated from the University of Michigan. He can play a mean guitar, or he has visited every current MLB stadium. Which is not true? Which is the lie about Dr. Ling? You tell me. Come on. He has visited every Oh wait. So he did graduate from University of Michigan. I think I put in the wrong answer. The real answer was that he hasn't visited every MLB stadium. That's my bad. I made a whoopsie. I did. That's my bad. All good. I think, did I highlight the wrong one? Elated Condor guessed, and he or she is still in first. Yeah. Dr. Ling got his undergrad at Michigan, but that wasn't in the interview, so I thought I could trick you. But then I got the question wrong, so that's my bad, guys. What video game is Mr. Left's favorite? This is an easy one. Call of Duty, Animal Crossing, Overwatch, or Mortal Kombat. Which one is it? Mr. Left is a bit of a gamer. I think he's in here right now. This is an easy one. Marissa knows it's an easy one. Mr. Left thinks he got it right. And it is Overwatch. That is his favorite game of these 4. He's also a big Roller Coaster Tycoon fan. I know that because I know my teachers. Elated Condor sticking in first. Good stuff. All right. Now we're going to move on to question number 5. Who published a book called The World That Faded Away in 2003? I do not know this one, but I did make the question. Or I didn't make the question, it was recycled. All right, Mrs. Pastori, Miss Larson, Mrs. Dozier, or Miss Kish? Which one is it? The World That Faded Away. It was Miss Kish. Easy. Not really easy for you guys, I'm sorry. But it was Miss Kish. Miss Larson knew that. Mr. Meltzer, I'm not sure if he knew that. Elated Condor, he doesn't stop for anybody. Or she. I'm sorry. It could be either. I don't know who Elated Condor is. I know that the winner of... I'll talk about that later. How many countries did Miss Hennig visit in the summer of 2019? None. She stayed in America. She just chilled on her own. 11. World Traveler. 9 or 7. All of those are a lot, other than none. Those are a lot. I've never been anywhere but here, so that's a lot. Miss Hennig, which one is it? The answer is 7. Great job, guys. That's the most reasonable one of 7, 9, or 11. But maybe you should just go through Europe. You can bang out a couple there. But oh, Elated Condor is dethroned, and Honest Leopard is in first. Oh, Tara, are you Elated Condor? Nice. Well, you know what? I didn't mean to say he. I just whatever. All right. All right. Question number 7. What teacher was not a member of Mike McFerrin's famous Dusters dodgeball team 2020? That was just a couple months ago. Mr. Rutz, Mr. Brown, Mr. Crump, or Mr. O? Which one was it? The famous Duster team that Mike saved big time. And then Mr. O saved. Oh, I just gave it away. That Mr. O is not the answer. That's okay. Mr. Brown. Not many of you knew that. Not many of you were at the dodgeball tournament. Let's try and support the school next time and come to the dodgeball tournament. All right. Honest Leopard, sticking it out. Elated Condor, not far behind. She did get the last question wrong, though, or 2 questions wrong ago. Miss Larson knew that. Mike knew that because he was on there. All right, question number 8. Who has a warrant out for their arrest in the Netherlands? The Dutch do not like this person. Miss Larson, Mr. Freeman, Mr. Carroll, or Mr. Nochese? This question was also recycled. Miss Larson better know it. It's not her. I hope the Dutch aren't watching this. It's Mr. Freeman. Half of you knew that. Wow, that was a split. It was split. Very good. Nice job. Let's see who's sticking it out. All right. Honest Leopard. Ooh, Elated Condor making a bit of a decline. And we got Melodic Owl. Nice. But Honest Leopard looks like he or she is pulling away with this. Question number 9. On New Year's Eve, who slept in a sleeping bag at the bottom of the Grand Canyon for their 21st birthday? Mr. Rutz, Mrs. Carroll, Dr. Ling, or Mr. Cosgrove? Which one is it? This is kind of crazy, but kind of awesome. I'd want to do that. That's a cool birthday. Mrs. Carroll seems like she could do something crazy like that. Nope, it wasn't Mrs. Carroll. It was Dr. Ling. You guys thought it was Kaz? I don't know if Kaz has the sauce to do that. Dr. Ling's the only one with enough sauce to sleep at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Good stuff. Honest Leopard is just taking it away, but Elated Condor is angry. She wants it back. I know that is a she now, so don't get on me for that. Who spent a month in a hospital in Athens due to a moped accident? Mr. Nochese, Miss Ralston, Mr. Hagen, or Mrs. Orlak? My money's on Hagen. That sounds like a Hagen thing to do. Let's see it. Dr. Ling was once 21. I believe it. Mr. Nochese. You guys fell for my trick. It wasn't Hagen. Mr. Hagen, I'm sorry. It was Mr. Nochese. Mr. Nochese is crazy. He got in a moped accident and was in a hospital in Athens. Can you believe it? Okay, Honest Leopard. Dang, up by about 3,500. Which teacher famously took part in a trip to Tanzania with his or her church? Mr. O, Mr. Dodd, Mrs. Taylor, Mrs. Kish. I think everyone should know this. If you don't, you gotta get to know this guy or girl better, because this is part of, it's Mr. O. Mr. O made a trip to Tanzania, and that was pretty epic. He tells us, I was only in his class for half a year, and I was told it multiple times. So, yeah. All right. Honest Leopard staying in first by more than 4,000 now, or about almost 4,000. I'm just doing quick maths, you know me. Who got booed by a crowd at Madison Square Garden? Mrs. Heller, Mr. Meltzer, Mr. Left, or Mrs. Carroll? I don't think Mrs. Heller would be making it out to Madison Square Garden. Mrs. Carroll, you can't boo Miss Carroll. Melt seems like a likely option. Mr. Left also seems like a likely option. Who is it? Mr. Left, big Rangers fan. He got booed. I would like to hear that story about that later. Definitely want to hear that story, Mr. Left. Miss Jill, not yet. Who was third? Elated Condor, okay. Second, Lovely Elk. And first was Honest Leopard. So I know that Tara was third. I don't know who Honest Leopard is, but let me know. DM me, text me, email me, tell me who you are with a screenshot of this screen. I know that last time, the pop culture won. Marissa Pietroburgo won. and that was pretty awesome. So I know that. Oh, Mr. Left didn't make the shots in the net. That's kind of cool. So it wasn't a hockey game. Oh wait, was it? No, why did I think it was a basketball game immediately? No, it could be hockey as well. Mr. Left does not play the field. Okay, good to hear. What do we think of that? I'll give you a chance. One time I give you a chance to talk. What do you think of that? Kahoot. We might try different ones, try different themes, and it could be really cool. Yeah. So good to hear. We'll send out some kind of poll to do some different kind of thing. I think this was kind of fun. I could have come up with better questions instead of stealing them from Miss Larson's Echo, but I thought they're pretty cool anyways because nobody, a good amount of people didn't know those facts, and I think they're pretty cool. So we could have teachers enter their facts about themselves, and we can make a new one if you like this one, or we can do something else. Good to hear. Now, again, keeping with tonight's and this week's theme of teacher appreciation. As I said before, we're very appreciative of Mr. Carroll. And he's done a lot to lead the charge. He even managed to figure out how to hold an NHS induction ceremony on Tuesday night. Congrats to all the new inductees. Now, we love this guy. We do. But is he hiding something? That is the question. Nana Nakano, the crazy gossip reporter, for Warrior Broadcast Center, is on the case. We'll go over to her in a little bit, but before that happens, I'm just going to sign off because I don't know if there's anything to say after Nana's segment. It left me speechless, and I don't know if I could even, what I say after it would even do much for it. So before we head over to her, I just have my last bit, last piece of news, and then last little me rambling on. So the last piece of news, AP tests start next week. Very, very spooky. Very spooky. I wish everyone luck who partakes. Luck probably won't help me, but I hope it will. And that brings me to my final tidbit. This weekend and all next week, I should be studying and watching Jock Z production videos about this. And there's a lot that we can do. And this is something, my last tidbit, my little word of advice. This is something that I've told my family, my friends, my Boy Scout troop, that this isn't a time, our time hasn't stopped. Time's still going. Sure, our capabilities are limited, but there's a lot we can do besides sleeping and watching Ozark. Just look at Mr. Carroll for guidance. We're still having an NHS ceremony. We're not canceling it. It's just limited. We're still having college commitment day. We're not canceling it. It's just limited. There's a lot of things we can do. Be crafty. Get onto that healthy diet that we've been wanting to get on. Get on that workout routine. Start writing again. Start drawing again. These are things that I wanted to do. And you have your thing. I don't know what it is. I'm just rambling things that I want to do. But there's a lot that we can do. And we don't want to act like, oh, this quarantine, I can't do anything. We want to do whatever we can so that when we come out of it, we can just enjoy our time in the fresh air and with each other. And we can, no worries once we come out of this. Nothing piled up on us. All right. So whatever it is, be productive, Waldwick. Be powerful. Most importantly, be positive. Be post for president. Tune in next week for Big Tom's trek to Popeyes. All right, I'm done. Signing off. Over to you, Nana.
Is Mr. Carroll turning into a chocolate demon? What is his big secret?
Hi, I'm Nana Nakano, and in this episode of Gossip with Nans, we'll be tracking down the one and only Mr. Carroll. I'm pretty sure by now you are aware of Kevin Carroll. Not only he is the principal of Waldwick High School, he is literally a celebrity.
Oh yeah.
Gaining recognition from 2 TV shows about his birthday messages on Instagram. Maybe he's not the guy that we thought he was. Rumor has it that Mr. Carroll is turning into a chocolate addict. Sources say that Mr. Carroll, Hershey nuggets with milk chocolate and almonds are becoming irresistible to him. Is his unhealthy eating habits becoming a bad influence on his students? I have some interviews from some of the students about this.
So when I went to pick up my NHS little thing, my stove and candle, I swear when Mr. Carroll gave it to me that he was like having some little munchies.
While notorious for riding skateboards, Mr. Carroll has been starting to ride the bike once again, and this time we have proof.
I know you ride your bike to school in the mornings. I always see you. I hope you're out.
See? There he is. Isn't it dangerous to take your eyes off the road while biking? You could get into an accident. Come on, Mr. Carroll.
Thanks for watching Gossip with Nan.
Who keeps on littering?